Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to True Radio. It's myself, BLKGOP, Mr. Happy. I am joined by another very happy gentleman. This is Mr. 151, guest hosting for Sheeta P.
I'm not happy.
And the happiest person of them all, literally, like I'm telling you, the guy who's always in a great mood. Like, I've never heard this man, and I've never seen him punch a hole through a wall. CP3 in the building.
What's going on there, bruh? And that statement he just made, I have no idea what he's speaking about.
Because I never saw it. That's right.
Exactly.
So, CP3, I know you're going to jump right into sports, man. What's going on out there? Like, so do we still have DC sports teams, or did we all just sell them off to, like, Canada? Like, what happened?
DC sports is in a rough place right now, so we're not even going to start right there. Okay. We're going to start with, NFL playoffs. We spoke about the wild card weekend and me going 0-4. I made a great comeback this week, going 3-1 on my picks. We have two interesting matchups. Both of these teams have played each other early in the season, and it's definitely going to be two good games to watch. You have the NFC Championship game between the number 2 Rams and the number 1 Saints, where they be playing in New Orleans. Excuse me. Both teams have a 13-3 record. The Saints beat the Rams 45-35 in Week 9. It was a shootout, as we can expect. You have two explosive offenses, two opportunistic defenses, and the Rams definitely have something to prove after losing that game early in the season, because I believe they were still undefeated at that point, and that was the first loss of the season that they had against the Saints. So that's a 3:05 start on Sunday. That's going to be on Channel 5. Make sure you tune in. I'm going with the Saints on this one. I think that Drew Brees isn't ready to hand over the keys to the kingdom to Jared Goff, the third-year quarterback for the Rams. Todd Gurley for the Rams. He's been doing this thing. Their defense stood up last week, which has been the staple of their team all year. So they do have a chance. It's not like I'm saying the Saints are going to run away with it, but I think the Saints are pretty much going to do their thing in that dome. That crowd is going to be crazy. And Drew Brees looking to get back to the Super Bowl and try to get him another ring. Any comments or any? I know you watch a little bit of sports there, 151.
Yeah, I watched a little bit, and being that my team is playing the Couch Bowl for like the 5th year in a row, I can honestly say I can care less. Like,
and that's the real 151.
I mean, when New England's in the playoffs, it's like, God, them again. It's like the ex-girlfriend that just never goes away. Like, you run into her at the grocery store, you're like, oh, shit.
The Patriots are like the John Cena of football.
Yes.
That's what
you're
I
like,
compare.
Oh, my God.
I like the ex-girlfriend analogy better because you might get tired of seeing her, but she probably had that crucial, and when you do see her, you still got to respect her. You still will take her home. One time to knock it off one more time. Yeah,
but then when you wake up with stab marks and then like
that's
a
knife
through your throat talking about, baby, you still love me, right?
You have to leave once everything is done. There's no spending the night. No. See, that's where you mess up with the stab marks coming in. Nah. You got to get them out before.
A couple of times.
I'm just saying, that's why I learned from experience, my brother. You get them out before you go to sleep, because that's when all the craziness happens.
That's true.
You seen Goodfellas. What happened when he laid down?
You working with a gun in your face.
Exactly. Let's get back in the spot. I don't know how we got off on that segue. But it's going to be a crazy night. I already got that feeling. The next matchup is the AFC Championship game. The number 2 Patriots, who you just spoke about, versus the number 1 Chiefs. Patriots are 11-5. Chiefs are 12-4. They actually met in Week 6 when the Patriots won 43-40. In a wild game where a late turnover by Mahomes led to a late Tom Brady drive down the field to win the game with the field goal. We all know the story. We've all seen it over and over again. That's why I cannot go against the hoodie and Brady until somebody knocks them off. And the only key that I see for this is the Chiefs is the way their defense played against the Colts last week. I took the Colts because I was expecting their running game to be able to, have their way with the Chiefs, but they stood up against the Colts. They shut down the running game, and they got the Andrew Luck, which is something that not many teams have been able to do on the hot streak that they were on. So Andy Reid, the coach of the Chiefs, has had a monkey on his back, so to speak, about having bad playoff performances. So this is definitely something for him to, help push his team. But You got the Hoodie and Brady, and they're actually going to be in Arrowhead, so they're not going to be in New England. So things are in the Chiefs' favor, but I can't honestly go against Brady and the Hoodie to say that the Chiefs.
Didn't Andy Reid take the Eagles to the Super Bowl?
And they
lost, right?
To the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up.
I'm just reporting what's going on in my brother.
I mean, some people are choke artists. I don't know.
I mean,
Heimlich maneuver.
I mean, this year he has a young quarterback that's threw for 50 touchdown passes, third quarterback in the NFL history to do that. And it's only his first year starting. They have a freak at wide receiver, Tyreek Hill. They call him the human joystick because you can have three dudes around him.
Is that what they call him?
They call him the human joystick because he hits a speed burst button. In the game last week, he had three dudes around him, and within about 2 seconds, they were behind him because he was so freakishly fast. It's crazy. And they have like 2 or 3 guys on that team that can do that. And that's the only thing that's in their favor. If they can get that crowd behind them and get the points going and make New England play on their heels, they can beat the Patriots. But when you got Belichick on the other sideline and he has a good history against young quarterbacks and giving them problems with his defenses.
And cheating. He has a great history with that, right?
I've spoke on this many a time before. The Deflategate, okay. How did the ball not have an error in it stop LeGarrette Blount running for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns? The Spygate, you can go on NFL 22 and watch the same footage that they were watching from practice if you pay $5.99 to the NFL. You have NFL players that wear the stickum gloves that have the stickum on them that's illegal. Do anybody bitch about that? No, but because you have a dynasty of a team that knows what they want and knows how to win, it's a conspiracy, they're cheating. Man up. Give them respect. You might not like them, but you gotta respect them. That's just my.
The Patriots are the R. Kelly of the NFL.
Oh Lord! Oh God!
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Who have they molested? Please tell me.
Anybody who they played in the Super Bowl and won. He's like, give it here. Don't hold back now.
Oh, before this takes an ugly turn. Moving on.
Too late.
They have too many scandals, dude. They can't just be a regular football team. It's like scandal after scandal.
Look,
and we have
and Tom Brady is like half android as well. We all know that he's like half cyborg.
Well, yeah, I was doubting after seeing that performance last year in the Super Bowl. I didn't think he would be able to get back, but
I mean, when you pay enough reps, you can get right back to where you.
I'm saying, that a lot of things that folks don't know about when the players go overseas in the off season, they have stem cell treatments over in Europe that are legal that the FDA doesn't classify as legal over here, so they can't do that. So when some of these athletes have breakout seasons like Adrian Peterson, I'm not saying that's what he's done, but you have some of these athletes that go overseas on a yearly basis after the off season and get these treatments that they don't speak about because it's not illegal in the NFL standpoint, but when you toe the line and you superstar, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're only a crook when you get caught.
Exactly. We've learned that from the guy at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But let's get into some Wizards talk, which is not really too much to talk about. They're still at the 11th in the East with a 18-26 record. The last 10 games, they're 5-5, which is kind of a bright spot, being that John Wall is gone for the rest of the season, and Markieff Morris is also gone for most of the rest of the season. They went 5-3 in the last 8 games, so they've been playing well. Bradley Beal has actually stepped up. I've been one of his toughest critics with him having a max contract, and I feel anyone that has a max contract at the two-guard position should be averaging 25, 5-5 every night. But he stepped up. They actually had a tough game on Sunday. They lost in double overtime to the Raptors, 140-138. Will Bill put up his second triple-double of the season. He had 45 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists. Tomorrow, actually, they're playing the international game for the NBA over in London versus the Knicks. That'll be a 3 o'clock tip-off. If you have NBA TV, they'll be playing it live. I'm sure they'll probably rebroadcast it sometime soon. But if you have NBA TV, you can watch it live at 3 o'clock. I know I probably will be, even though I'm not a big basketball fan. But it's international. See what they got. We'll talk about it on Monday nights on Sports on the Hill podcast. Shameless plug, but we got to do it because it's on True Radio Network. And to wrap up this DC Sports, last week we were talking good about the Caps. Unfortunately,
It was all good a week ago.
That it was all good a week ago. That pretty much sums up the Caps. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Last night they got beat pretty bad, 7-2 on the road. Yeah, it got ugly pretty quickly. The only bright spot, as I'm going to bring up, is the night before, well, the game before when they lost also. There was a recent... I'm trying to bring the silver lining out of the cloud, man. Ride with me on this, all right?
I wasn't going to laugh because he laughed. But I ain't GOP for that one.
Okay, let's have a moment. Let's have a moment of clarity here.
I just had a moment of silence.
CP3.
Yes, sir.
Every week. And dude, I love the sports updates, because they're very factual and they're very informative and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like a funeral. It's like 3 teams. There might be the Caps did well this week.
Yeah, when the Caps not doing well. Yeah.
It's just like a funeral, and sometimes I just sit here damn, I feel so bad for CP3. You're my boy.
It's been a rough week. But like I said,
and then the whole Redskins playoff thing.
They're not even in the playoffs. We don't speak about teams.
Did you see that reverse psychology? Yeah.
We don't speak about teams that aren't in the playoffs anymore.
We talk about the Redskins.
For what? The disarray, the disorganization,
yes.
the bad optics.
Yes.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about the silver lining of some racism in the minor league hockey circuit with a local hockey team that got recognized. There was a young male that had some racist taunts tossed at him, and we know the Capitals' history when they a couple of years back in Boston, they still do have a black player that had some racial things said at him when he had the game-winning goal in Game 7 or whatever. But the Capitals reached out, even though it was a loss. But they had the kids out, had the whole team out for the game. They actually had an interview with the kid during the intermission, and they allowed the kids to meet the team after the game. So I want to give a shout out to the Caps, even though you're playing horribly right now, and somebody need to smack y'all in the face with a hockey puck that's been sitting in the freezer for 7 days.
So they did all that nice work and still lost?
They did all of that good work and still lost. And
Damn.
Things are falling apart here like they are in the Capitals locker room somehow.
God.
The wheels fell off, but we put them back on because that's what we do around here.
Oh, my
On
God.
WLVS Radio, True Radio, and that's my sports segment for tonight.
Every week, and I'm not much better than CP3, right? Because being a political guy, I have to talk about Donald Trump a lot, right? Boy. And I don't like to do it, And tonight, I was gonna I had the government shutdown on my head. I had the new tax issue on my head. I had all this stuff. I was gonna bring up the border wall, everything, right? Right, everything, right? But then I saw this man giving a speech in front of a bunch of Big Macs, and I shit you not, I said, and there was this mysterious pizza, the news reported it was Domino's, but I love Domino's. That didn't look like Domino's.
It was DiGiorno. It was DiGiorno.
I don't know if that was White House Domino's. You know what I'm saying? And then they had the Burger King in that joint, and so I'm sitting there, but one, he doesn't shake any of these kids' hands, right? From Clemson, correct?
Clemson,
yes.
Didn't shake a single one of their hands. Stayed on the other edge of the table.
He has tiny hands.
Excuse my cough. Stayed on the other end of the table and gave a fucking speech about the Republican Party. And then it was like, hey guys, enjoy, eat up. And none of his staff touched a single one of those cold ass burgers. You know what I mean? His entire staff walked out with him.
Wow.
And those poor kids just had to eat. They came all the way to the fucking White House to eat Big Macs and fucking Wendy's. And cold fries. Those fries, I've never seen fries that look that cold in my life. There was not a hint of steam coming on. Yeah, he said we had plenty. He said we had plenty of fries. He's actually, that's part of his speech. Is amazing.
Wow.
And so I was just like, I think we hit an all-time low. Like, I can't, and like I said, all the shit that's on my mind, I can talk about that any other time, right? But I was like, I've never seen. Can anybody? Maybe you guys, especially you 151. You guys are older than me. Can anybody tell me if they remember a president giving a fucking speech in front of a bunch of fast food? I can't. Like in the White House. Not like
I remember a president getting head in the White House.
Oh, that's
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the fact that they were on silver platters, like enjoy this. Now you already have teams that refuse to go to the White House because they don't want to be around this dude, and then you finally get a team that wants to come. And you serve them McDonald's and Burger King. They could have stayed home for that.
They could have went right around the corner.
Yeah,
but once again, let's bring this to like, would you let Michael Jackson babysit your child? No. What the fuck would you expect going to the White House to see Donald Trump? Do you really think he wasn't going to do something ignorant?
I mean,
it's like leaving your daughter with R. Kelly. Do you think he's not going to fuck her? I mean, come on. I mean, like on some real shit. It's if you go there, you know it's going to be some type of foolery, some type of coon, some type of like it's just you should expect it.
I mean,
like,
we should.
I understand what you're saying, Black GOP. It is disappointing and it's crazy, but then look who we're talking about.
But hold on, see, but like we survived Kanye West and Donald Trump meeting in the Oval Office. We like all kind of slid through that, right? You know what I mean? And it was so awkward. It was like, okay, the craziest has already happened. We're good, Trump. All right. And it's like, oh, fuck, the McDonald's shit. It's like, damn, dude.
It's
like,
always something.
Because I'll tell you this. I respect the office of the presidency, no matter who's sitting in it, right? So in a sense, I still respect Donald Trump, right? Just because he's the president, right? I want us to win, right? But then you do some dumb shit like that, and I'm like, there's nothing. Like I can argue. All right, you know what I'm saying? I can argue about like George Bush in Iraq. Like I can argue all kinds of real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't argue. You can't support a man who bought Big Macs
for a national championship.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You just know there's nothing. There's no give.
I mean, he's a billionaire.
I mean,
it's insane.
Went to McDonald's right down the street on 17th Street.
Probably.
I mean, it's. I mean, like you say, 151. It's to be expected, but
it's disappointing. But
to be the president, and you've seen. I mean, I know he's anti-Obama. He wants to do nothing with him, but you can look at Bush, Clinton, any other. When they had the teams come, they had a nice spread. You're supposed to be a millionaire businessman. You serving your business meeting folks McDonald's?
Well, his money's going towards the wall and his hairpiece.
Or the wall.
So, and more so to the hairpiece.
Yeah, it is holding on in this strong wind.
That hairpiece is like the horn off a rhino. That shit's strong as a motherfucker. And he has to spend money to keep that. You know, he is not just the president. He's the client.
He got Gorilla Glue on that.
Hair Club for Men, shout out.
No doubt. It's just mind-boggling, man.
You sound so disgusted though. Your voice just sounds so disgusted.
It's the Big Mac, man.
I mean,
he's never seen his
he
president
can even do
stand
Five
in front
Guys.
of a Big Mac.
Even today, actually, quick story. Myself and 151 were walking around looking for pizza because there is no pizza in this entire area. Like no good pizza, right? There's like pizza, but that's kind of corporate-y. So I wanted like just a slice, and we walked up and down Georgia Ave today. It was right. And he's like, well, we can go to McDonald's. And I was like, nah, bro.
I didn't win the national championship.
Like, nah.
I don't deserve McDonald's.
Doing it. Like, I love McDonald's. In case we need a sponsorship, I'll be calling you guys sometime soon.
Yeah, true.
But I just was like, I just wasn't in the mood because of the story. You know, I was like,
you didn't want a championship Big Mac.
I was like, anywhere but McDonald's. I eat off the floor. You know,
you get a championship ring with the next Big Mac.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I still feel bad for those poor black people.
Hey man, they maybe they went home and got a Big Mac championship.
I mean, damn, you travel all the way to the White House just to get a Big Mac. That's what
I'm saying. I mean, come from South Carolina.
Dude, those kids had suits on. You see,
know what I'm saying?
They had suits on.
They
were like, I was like,
sauce.
oh.
And they probably got the secret sauce on that tie.
Oh my god.
You know? Not the President Clinton secret sauce.
Nah.
The real Big Mac secret sauce.
They
The
didn't
Thousand
even-
Island dressing. For those that don't know what secret sauce is, nigga, it's Thousand Island dressing.
They didn't even take the Big Macs out of the burger boxes. You know,
I mean, what they gonna-
They just stacked like weird pyramids of Big Mac boxes.
Those the Illuminati.
It may as well have been, dude.
It's the Illuminati of Big Macs.
Oh man,
I can't.
It's crazy what's going on nowadays.
But honestly, look who it is. It should be expected. I mean, it's all some types of foolery that he does. I mean,
I don't care what anyone says. This is the most entertaining presidential run of all time. This is so funny. Like, I mean, it's like a roller coaster, but with no tracks. It's just
it's off the rails. Yeah, right. You said it. It's off the damn
should we
rails.
put him on Mount Rushmore?
any day, anything could happen any given day.
And that's the crazy thing that it's so non-presidential, and no one is saying on his side, on his party, anything. They were critiquing and ridiculing Obama for wearing a tan suit. This man has indictments coming down to everybody that he's appointed in his cabinet is about to do jail time. He has admitted to having sex with the porn star, and now she's paying his legal bills, and they're applauding it.
She's got to pay that money back.
Let me tell you something about that.
That's when Me Too goes wrong. You got to sometimes you
Sometimes
you gotta just chill. You know what I'm saying?
She signed a non-disclosure agreement and then told the world she was doing.
Why you all in the news, boo? You just take the money and run. That's it. You're a porn star. You get paid for sex. What's the what is everybody's like? Oh my god, I can't. I ain't paid her for sex. He's a porn.
That apparently an article was written that it was mentioned, and that's where she felt the green light because it had already been breached on the other side.
Hey.
But I'm not defending either one of them. You know,
got to pay those legal
he
fees.
had to pay $130. If I couldn't talk my way into it, it ain't worth having. I'm sorry, that's just me.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's a billionaire, so that was like $20. Some of y'all niggas done paid $20 for hair. Some of y'all niggas pay $17.99 for the suit that y'all wearing. I mean, it is what it is. What it is.
But damn.
I thought you were gonna say $40 because that's usually the going rate. So
That is.
So
Depend on.
here's what I'm gonna do. I was this close about talking about the government shutdown, but I just don't care right now.
You don't.
Nope.
You don't.
I just there. It's funny. I'll tell you guys a little secret, right? So like I'm unemployed, right? Dun dun dun. I just have a bunch of old nice shirts. So the thing I was like, okay, well, I'm unemployed, so I'm safe from the shutdown and all this monkey business. So it's not a big deal, right?
No one's safe.
So then the trickle-down effect hit me as to where they're late on the unemployment payments because so many people that are being furloughed can claim unemployment.
Yep.
So now it's like overwhelming their system. So I was like, oh, the shutdown.
That's the trickle down economics the Republicans been talking about for so many years.
Damn.
It's like a pea stream. It trickles down periodically.
Damn.
It's wild. And the fact that he's holding these folks hostage for this wall that isn't really going to do anything because there are such things as tunnels. And not even to mention the fact that illegal immigration from Mexico has been down since 2008. But, that's neither here nor there because they don't want to hear facts. They just want to hear build the wall.
Well, it's the thing about it is, being in New York, I know what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump's a bully.
Yeah,
And,
pretty much.
And sometimes it's not about, say, being right. It's just getting your way. And so it's about, I'm going to do this because I said so. So, I mean, sometimes you get stubborn and you just, you're just a bully. And
I need somebody to pimp smack him for real.
it wouldn't stop him.
Just like somebody threw the shoe at Bush and he had to hit that. I think somebody need to just pimp smack.
Bush
the
and
hell
the
out of
Matrix on those shoes,
Bruh,
by the way.
I still love that video, man.
Fastest president ever.
Bruh,
Exactly.
He was in training for that. He knew something was coming and he was ready. The Secret Service had him trained that day.
Yeah, but so like but the thing is, you say he needs to be smacked. I understand that, but it's not going to be Pelosi and Schumer. Like they're spineless. Like Pelosi is like if Skeletor had a female cousin, Right.
Damn.
It would look exactly like Nancy Pelosi.
Damn.
But you know who would
And
bitch
and,
slap
and Chuck Schumer
him. Yeah, he
is like the he's just like I said, I think last week, like a jellyfish with
Yeah.
nice shoes on. Like you just don't see a spine in that man.
Damn.
I did watch that. He
I
did
don't.
look terrible.
You see him? They're
Yeah,
just so.
he wouldn't even look up at the camera. I'm like, dude, man up. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, at least look up. You reading like you in elementary school and you can't even look up to the camera and try to get your point across. I'm like, these, bro.
I think I'm gonna steal from the Young Turks. Excuse me. One of the guys in the Turks said Pelosi looked like she was blinking for help, like she was held hostage.
So the
That's
Morse
not
code?
my joke. Yeah,
Damn.
like she was blinking for help. Yeah, I forgot which guy. I think Crank Yeager said it. Yeah, that's definitely not my line, but that's a funny ass line though.
Yeah, it's amazing. I know who would smack him though. Bernie would smack him.
Well, they don't. They keep screwing Bernie, so it doesn't matter.
Nah, Bernie.
They don't
Bernie,
like
Bernie
Bernie anymore. They don't like Cortez already. They don't like.
Well,
Whatever,
they're going to.
Harris,
Well,
like,
we spoke about this before.
you
Why they
know?
don't like the progressive side because they're stuck in their ways with that long-term politician crap. And somebody put up a bill. I think it might have been Cruz. Put up a bill about limiting the term limits on Congress and senators now.
I may have missed that.
Yeah, I think that came out last week. You know, one of the trolls in my group, had to post that in there. But I
Was
think
this person white?
of course.
Oh, you gotta look it up.
Well, you done started something.
Yeah, we definitely going to do some more research on that. But I saw that come across my feed. I haven't heard anything about it, mainstream, but, we don't really listen to the mainstream media anymore. But until we do something about that with the lobbyists and long-term politicians, we're not going to make any progress, period. And we're just spinning our wheels and doing what this country has always done. Point fingers, talk about the problem, and never solve anything. We haven't solved anything since polio, dog.
I think
That's about right.
they're trying. The establishment Democratic Party is trying to give the nomination to Biden with a possible Hillary twist.
No,
maybe.
no,
Trust me.
no,
Trust
no.
me.
No.
Trust me.
They gotta know.
Okay,
No.
okay,
If they do that,
okay.
if they do that, I'm going to personally go down there and smack every one of them and just have
So-
bail money for me.
So here's why Biden would have, and we're about to get to our guest in a second. Biden would have beat Trump in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot beat Trump in 2020 because you can't out-Trump Trump. That's the thing. It would be a battle of, wits and comments and rude stuff back and forth. Like the debates may as well be in a steel cage. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we should
That'd
do.
be interesting.
Celebrity
But-
deathmatch need to come back, dog.
But you can't out-Trump Trump at this point with his presidential momentum. You need somebody like a Cortez or a Bernie or somebody that can go intellect versus Trump's ignorance.
Well,
You
they
don't
already
need
calling
two
her
ignorant-
crazy. They already calling her crazy.
Well, the Democratic Party is doing that, actually. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying. They already
they're
calling
tearing her apart.
crazy.
I don't.
Exactly.
They're like, we got a
can't get
minority
out their
woman,
own-
and hey, you know what she said? You guys catch it when she said, she goes, she was talking to Democrats. She goes, she did the Watchmen joint. She says, I'm not locked in here with y'all. Y'all are locked in here with me.
Damn.
She tweeted that joint.
That's Rorschach.
Yep. To Democrats.
Yeah, I mean,
It was-
has
I
to
was
be,
like,
it has to be done.
That's a savage.
It
Savage.
has to be
I like her
done.
already.
Oh, she's amazing.
She is.
Yeah.
But they're labeling her all these other crazy things. But
Yep.
and you need people like that that's going to shake it up because she's the first one that came out and said they shouldn't be receiving pay if the government is shut down. And there's been other Congress folks that's now signed a petition. I think they said it's like 32 of the congressmen that said they aren't taking their pay because the government is shut down and donated it. So, she's making change happen just on that. The last shutdown, I don't remember none of them giving up their paycheck for real.
Hey, Black GOP,
Yeah.
real quick before we get to our guest, can I talk about the greatest
Oh, yeah.
entrepreneur, hip hop genius of all time?
Oh, Lord.
Who's that?
Soulja Boy. I mean, he has a Soulja Boy video game console that looks like Nintendo had an abortion.
Oh, God. Jesus.
He has. I mean, would you buy a watch from Soulja Boy?
No.
He has a smart watch, and it's crazy that a dumb person can make a smart watch, but he has a smart watch.
Does Does the watch link into the video game system?
The video game system links into 800 games that are probably older than most of the kids that will actually know how to play them.
But I'm just saying, does the watch link into it?
And probably not.
I tried, Soulja Boy.
Hey man, it's this new
I mean,
generation.
there are great entrepreneurs in hip hop.
True.
And like even Ray J has his Raycon earbuds, which are fairly nice. Like I would buy them.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. I buy a school. I wouldn't buy a console from Soulja Boy.
All right,
I just wouldn't
folks.
buy the. I mean, it's. I wouldn't even buy his music, so probably
Exactly.
not.
I was about to say the same damn thing, bro. I wouldn't even buy his music, so I doubt if I buy anything
Oh, my
his
God.
name. So, not even a bag of chips. I'm sorry.
All right, folks. We're gonna take like a quick 2-minute break, and then our guest of the night is gonna hit the stage. Ooh, pressure. It's okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now get jiggy with it, 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 now go to two-step, hey, what a two-step, now get a two-step, like a two-step, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy, go to two-step. I hit it up fresh, my stunner shades on, two-stepping, getting jiggy with my J's on. Don't get your steps wrong, don't try to bite mine. Two-stepping, yell back, one more time. See, we gon' form a line, then we gon' step it right. Now step it to the left, girl, you know you dynamite. Let's have some good times, I see you got it right. Keep my wrist ice colder than a Bud Light. Now I'ma take my time, where the gangsters at? And you can still post a wild nigga, holla back. Grey goose and yak, blunt fit with cushion. I'm getting jiggy with it, smoking on that Judge Bush. Step. Now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now go to two-step, now get jiggy with it, 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 now go to two-step, hey, what a two-step, now get a two-step, like a two-step, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy with it, watch me get jiggy, go to two-step, now take two steps to the left, now take two steps to the
I am so on the stage right now. I never thought in my life I'd be up here. Maybe I should kick a little freestyle or something. Or instead, I'd like to welcome our guest to the stage, Baltimore comedian, sexual comedian at that, Chewbacca. Was that corny?
I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, like,
I'm
give
the
it up.
only female in here. Okay. Well, good evening, gentlemen. When you guys first asked me to do stand-up for a room full of niggas, I was a little bit nervous about what I was going to say, so I figured we'd just have an orgy to break the tension.
No. Wrong room.
I'm just kidding. Unless you guys are with it, then I'm not kidding.
No.
When I told my ex-boyfriend about that joke, he wasn't too happy with me. In fact, you okay? You good? Okay, it's okay. I was just playing about the orgy. It's okay. When I told my ex-boyfriend about that joke, he wasn't too happy. In fact, that's why he's my ex-boyfriend. I guess he couldn't take a joke, or maybe he knows that I take a lot of dick. I don't know. It's up in the air. When I come out to shows, I never really know what to talk about because, like, the only thing that I feel comfortable talking about is pegging. And pegging is when a woman take a strap and shove it right up a man's ass. But unfortunately, that conversation makes people a little bit uncomfortable, so there's always a barrier. If I start to feel that people are too uncomfortable, I go straight into Barney mode and I sing. Well, I've been looking in my pegging bag, and I see a lot of things. Dildos and whips, cuffs and shit, even some shitty string. Hey! That usually works. By now, I know you're wondering if this is a Peggy campaign and if I'm an advocate for it. And I'm here to tell you guys it is, and I am shoe for pegging president. Okay, that's enough about dicks. But wait, because everybody loves dick. Dick are like magic wands. If you wave it around, voila, there's a baby. And when I wave mine around, voila, there's a sissy. I really don't know why sex talk make people feel so uncomfortable. Like, yo, it's literally like how you got here. In fact, when I say my prayers at night, I say, dear Lord, thank you for my mama's coochie being good enough for my daddy to come in. I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you. Don't judge me. He know my heart. But I really won't get too much into politics and religion because people are very, very contradicting. Like, for instance, when Trump said, make America great again and start grabbing women by the pussy, the world went mad. But bitches like me was like, hey! A lot of people like to call me a hoe because I can suck dick and I can fuck real good with my pussy and my dick, but the correct term would actually be multi-skilled technician. Engineer, if you will. I'll give out tune-ups. A lot of people are questioning my new photos on social media, and I'm like, bitch, did you see the 500 likes? Everybody likes likes. And I really don't care what anybody has to say because everybody loves a fat ass. Hence the 500 likes. I ain't lying. And because I have a lot of new photos, I get a lot of money offers. So I figure I'm going to start texting men first this year. And I'm going to let them know, nigga, I got 30. And after I fuck them, I'm only giving them 20. I'm breaking niggas down all 2019. Now, I know you're probably wondering if I'm a sick psycho who hates men. And I'm here to tell you guys, I am, and I don't. I'm not a lesbian. I just love fucking men in the ass. I am comedian Shu Baka. Thank you very much. Y'all can clap for me, ho.
Now bring it back, bring it back.
Walk it like I talk it. Walk it.
Show tonight, okay? My right foot is wet. I lost my earring. I got dicks and whips and chains and shit. I missed 2 motherfucking lips. I'ma need some claps up in this motherfucker tonight. Thank you. Born and raised.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Take my shoes and walk a mile, something that you can't do. Big talks of the town, big boy gang moves. I like to walk around with my chain loose. She just bought a new ass, but got the same boobs. Dope scientist. Cook it up. That's my sauce where you find it. That's my sauce. Look it up. Adding up checks, don't mind it. Get your respect in diamonds. I bought a plain Jane roller. These niggas bought they fame. I think my back.
Aw, switch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to True Radio right here on WLVS Radio. This is Black GOP here. I'm here with CP3.
You know it.
And our special guest, comedian Shubaka. You just watched
Hello.
her perform. Let me tell you. Okay, here's how. How did we meet? Did I request you? Probably, right? I was probably having a creepy night. Right. You know, that people you may know be, you know. So I requested you, and then she has like the funniest lives. And so I found out she was a comedian. And so I was like, oh, I need to interview this person. And boom, this is our first time meeting. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. I am doing good. I am just so happy to be here. This is my first show of the year. A room full of men. I was nervous at first, but then I had to remember, like, I'm Shubaka. Hold up. I do too much. So I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Most definitely.
So how'd you get started in comedy? Wait, there's a dick
There is a dick.
on the. I just realized,
Pocket
ladies and
dick.
gentlemen,
Damn
there's
it,
a
Jim.
dick on.
It's a dirty dick too, cause
Okay, so
Yeah. That caught me off guard there, bro.
so how'd you get started in comedy?
well, I've pretty much always been a clown, like all my life. I've always did dumb shit, but I've been trying to professionally pursue the career 2 years, on and off.
Okay, cool. So, is this like a new push, or did you just take a break, or what happened?
Anyone who is really reaching for a goal, whatever it may be, a definite goal. Sometimes, like, your brain plays trick on you. People were trying to tell me that I shouldn't mix sex with comedy. And I'm like, why? People already feel as though I'm sexy, and I think I'm funny. In fact, I know I'm funny. I have people all over the country who say, girl, come to this state, Texas and Georgia, New York City, all over the world, whether they're men or not, sex sells. So, but I let people get to me at first. So now I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck all that. I'm Chewbacca, bitch. This is what I do.
There it is.
I'm not on the down low, and that's it.
Yeah, no, there it is. Look, trust me, look, and before we get some questioning from CP3,
Yep.
and you got to be careful. He's, he does the R. Kelly thing. It's dealing with really young girls, and you
I
look
only
really young.
pee on people when they allow it. I don't do it if they don't want it, okay?
He's a former street nigga. You gotta watch
I'm just saying. I do mark my territory, but only if you allow me to. There is no case pending towards me. Don't worry about that.
Even like with my little persona, people say like, "Oh, why do you wear those glasses and the hat?" You know what I mean? And it's like because you're asking me about them. You're
the
not
fuck
asking
you
me
want
about
to.
a thing I said. You're just like, "Oh, you have the hat and glasses." Boom, there it is. That's the only reason I do it. CP3, any questioning?
With your unique combination.
Pegging. She fucks men in the ass.
Yeah, I'm still
Don't
trying
skip
to-
around it. See, you're
yeah,
sitting
you
next to a
can't skip
woman.
around
Respect the
it.
peg.
You're sitting next to a woman who will peg you.
Respect the peg.
CP3.
In fact, you
No.
just admitted to, no, seriously, because he really just sat here and admitted to something that is big in the BDSM world, which is peeing. You're willing to pee on someone. That is a big thing. See, a lot of people get it confused. A lot of people are. Have you ever choked a bitch during sex?
Absolutely.
Where do you think it come from? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
But only when asked. I don't just do it instinctively.
Well, I don't
Doesn't matter. People just have different fetishes. Now the age thing, but the being locked up under the steps and all that kind of shit with R. Kelly, that's a lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. That's a choice to be that way. I admit I'm a freak. I'm not freaky. So I know where to draw the line.
Till you meet me, I'm telling you what I'm finna do. Is we rapping on here?
We can rap.
We can rap.
We can rap.
You want to get down? You want
but,
freestyle? Ain't nobody scared to freestyle out here. What you think this is?
Okay.
Getting
You
back
wanna-
to the question.
Oh, I thought we was about to freestyle. Shit.
You want to jump out there? I have no problem. We can throw a beat on and say what's what.
What's what?
You about to get on?
What about to get on? Hold on. My first freestyle. Hold on. Let me get that. I do this in the bathroom and in the kitchen, but
I mean, if you feel it, man, if the engineer can throw that hip
no.
hop.
You know what?
Hey, you know what we do.
You
This
want to ask your
live.
question? I'm not gonna try to be rude.
Hey, we're here to showcase you. You know what I'm saying? If this is what you do, do what you do.
All right. Let's go.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. You want to throw that hip hop track on for our guests to do some freestyle hip hop track?
It's not gonna be
the only
long,
track
but
that's
we're
on
gonna
our
see what I
drive.
can say.
Yeah, the ending track. That's the only one I sent y'all so far.
It's just a beat.
Yeah, just the beat.
I
You
just
do
flow
whatever-
to
yeah,
it.
you flow whatever you want.
Am I still okay?
We're about to freestyle on the
We
show.
about to
This
have
is
a
the first-
second live performance.
This is our first time.
What's up? I gave you that eye stare. Then I tell you
Uh-oh.
out there. I told you.
She called. Is she
You
challenging?
got the right one, baby.
Is that a challenge?
Challenge.
Man or woman.
I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that.
Ready when you are.
Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
That's not the track. No, that's our track.
Yeah, free promotion. Okay.
It's always good.
That's our station right here at WLVS Radio.
Yes, sir.
You want to hold it?
No, I only hold my own. That's okay. I only hold my own.
Why?
Because it's mine.
Greatest show I've ever
Because
done.
it's mine.
Hide it. Somebody's coming in.
His face was like,
Hello.
for that joint was like so disgusting.
I'm still taking that clip. I'm gonna edit that.
You gotta make that to a gift.
Oh, it's gonna be right there, dude.
The internet is non-forgiving.
Yeah.
We ready when you are here today.
Ooh.
The beat by CPIII track right there. Hit me up. You know, guys,
Yo, hey yo, I come from Baltimore. You already know. They was looking at me like, damn, who's that hoe? And I'm here to tell you, my name is Chewbacca. And yes, I got a dick in my pocket. Yeah, dumb bitches be mad. And I be just like, fuck it, dicks in the bag. That's it, I'm just joking. I can't rap. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't wrote me just I'm sorry.
that's something to aspire to. We could have pegging rap now. We got pegging comedy. We could have pegging rap now.
Taking rap battles.
It happens.
Hey, you never know. That's
Or
a
we
big,
could
that's
just
a
have
big thing
pegging
they got.
battles and I could just put it on. Jason.
No.
Jason.
You're on the wrong panel for that show.
So y'all gonna act like y'all don't pay. So nobody on here don't know what pegging is and they ain't never knew and none of that.
I mean,
Look, I have never.
I've known about it.
Cause
I've
he
never-
started laughing straight when I said it. He was like,
I've never.
Jason.
Never. Now, okay, since we're here, right?
Yes.
At this point in this amazing show.
Yes,
right?
Jace.
Let's be a little honest. I did date a white girl, okay?
Okay. And she's spitting
And
that ass.
She didn't peg, but she did the whole, what is it called? When they,
Spitting that ass.
no, when they, what is it called? The gland or whatever it is.
Oh, you got the. She put the finger up the.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, I tried. I said, you know what? Because you're here. I'm not going to front.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got to
Okay.
be.
So was it about this size right here?
So,
If her hands was there,
anyway.
we got something else to talk about.
It didn't go well, and that was that. That's on. What's that gland? What's it?
Did you do an enema? Did you clean yourself out first?
No, who? Come on.
Hold up now.
That's the procedure.
Come on.
For a clean.
I have a penis. We don't.
Yeah, we don't do the things like that.
What? Please. Next time, clean your ass out and then try it.
There's no next time.
It started to take a crazy turn, bruh. It started to take a
Well,
crazy
y'all knew.
It's
They
Wednesday
put
night.
the
My
preview.
brother's in
It's
here.
Wednesday. I come from
Hey.
a long way. I'm going to talk about it.
I put my seatbelt on. I'm just riding. I'm just enjoying the ride. Just,
Okay.
You know,
What the hell is that gland's name? I'm so obsessed with
Your
it.
prostate?
Prostate.
Grrrr.
Yeah, it wasn't cool.
you make that sound.
It's like a
Joe, too?
Uzi. Yo.
Yes.
And I eat ass. I'm sorry, sir. I said y'all chill. I told y'all he ain't look like he was into this shit.
Oh shit.
Chill. Look, he look like.
Man.
And there's still a dick right there.
I know.
Like, it's just there, dude.
I was
Like,
about to.
can someone move the dick?
It's a magic wand while
I had a
I.
robe on. I would have had to close it right there. And I felt like dirty right there, man.
Y'all tripping.
I love it. I
So
love
that's
it.
not going to CP3 like a football.
It'll be an incomplete pass.
For the record, CP3, I booked this guest. I just want you to know. The people I bring through. You know what I'm saying?
We litty. And we peg. It's a lot of giggly. And I feel so powerful. You know why? Because I have a dick. If I didn't have this dick, I would be in here like, God.
Well, if it gives you power, more power to you.
Shoot for pegging president.
And there it is. Oh my goodness. So I know there was you were talking a little bit about your trip up here. You want to go back over it? Like,
Yeah. With the wet
Kinda
red,
you had-
with the wet shoe. I'm anxious to hear how the shoe got wet.
Okay, well, the pussy is actually good. So the police were at my door. They were at my door because the nigga said, when I called him, I said, nigga, I know you called the police because you the only nigga that I'm even giving the pussy to. So he said, I'm hurt. Nigga, you hurt. Okay, so that was the first thing early in the morning. Okay, so then I went and got my hair done, and this shit is ugly. I paid $40, but they washed it, so I said,
it's always
fuck it.
$40.
It's always
It's always
It's $40. Told you.
And do you know what I had to do for the $40? Okay, so that was crazy. And then the bus rolled by me. I had my baby, and I was screaming like, I got my baby. They didn't care.
Next stop, bitch.
Pretty much. I missed a lift in Baltimore. And then I got here to Washington, D.C. and had a panic attack. And so I called another lift. And I missed him. I don't even think he ever came. And then so I went to the hotel. And I called another one. And he got right there. And I saw him. We had eye contact.
And then you pulled the dick out.
And long story short, he left me too. And then Hung Chang Chung came in, and it was all good. So long story short, Chinese people are cool.
Yeah,
On that.
they always cool. I love to carry out folks. They pick up my beer for me sometimes when they bring my food. If you tip them,
Do they bring blunts like Baltimore?
If you tip them extra and they come to your house on the regular, you be like, hey man, swing by a liquor store, pay me a 6-pack. All right, and give them a nice little tip.
Oh,
Get that,
okay.
man,
Yep.
come on. Hey man, I get backwoods service too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, and I only
Hey
got one
man,
earring.
you gotta know
I
your
lost
carry
one.
out people. You know you gonna be
That's
having
true,
to hit them
though.
up, man. You know you can't make fun of.
Yeah,
Pick
because
my brain,
when I was dating the mother of my child back when I used to have a nice life, like she lived in Clinton and she was so cool with the carryout people. They would deliver beer and liquor and cigs. It was just like
You gotta know your local carry out, man.
I don't know how we got there, but we got there. You know what I'm saying? The lesson of the day. Today's episode of True Radio is brought to you by your local carryout folks. You know, tip your
Chinese
drivers.
Tip your drivers and get to know your carry
They get
out
the rats
delivers,
off the
'cause
street.
They can be a lifesaver.
Nobody ever thought about it that way.
Hey, yo, man, they lifesavers, man. When you don't feel like going out, hey, man, you go ahead and get something to eat and get your beer and roll us delivered.
Rain, sleet, or snow, my
The
nigga.
carry out gonna be there. The carry out will be there with 2 soy sauce and 2 napkins, no matter how much you order. That shit pisses me off, man. I almost had to snap on her the other day. Like, I just got 10 wings. You give me 1 mumbo sauce and 3 napkins. What I'm gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Come on.
So
So she basically pegged you. Never mind.
shit.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh my God. So have you always been from Baltimore or did you
Yeah, I ran away a lot. I ran away to New Orleans when I was 16, chasing a dick. That's why you have to go through things with dicks to actually become a dick holder and fuck men. There's a power to it. But long story short, yeah, I'm from Baltimore. And happy birthday, Daddy. I know you might not want to see me, but his birthday tomorrow. Shout out to Capricorns. He's nice
There
as
it
shit.
is.
And Daddy, I love you. We gonna get rich and famous.
Talking about Peggy.
See,
He knows. All the mail goes to his house. And Mr. Shoe, he said, your shit is here.
Those brown boxes
Come get
with
your
no
shit.
labels.
Yeah.
you want to tell me where they can find you?
Janai Mitchell, Janai. Last name is Mitchell with 2 L's. And IG .B, SHU.B. Please follow me. I'll give back. I give back.
She does.
She give back
She
shots.
does.
I do that too, if that's what you went to.
CP3. Where can they find you, bro?
You find me on YouTube, Carol Porter III, 3 Eyes. You find me on Facebook, Carol Porter III. Instagram, Carol Porter. You can follow Sports on the Hill podcast on Facebook. The hell, just Google us, hashtag Sports OTHP. It's too much to go into. You can check out the website, sportsothp.com, for all of our episodes archived, and tune in tomorrow night for our Thursday night boxing, MMA, and NFL
We do a
show
lot of stuff.
at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's about to get sick in 2019. Y'all going to get tired of seeing my face and hearing my voice, but you know what? I don't give a fuck, because I'm going to be there no matter what, because you're going to tune into me. You have no choice.
Folks, thank you for tuning
Guess
in
he's
tonight.
cocky.
Cocky. Right? Catching us on
Cocky.
True Radio,
Don't be swinging
WLVS
no dick
Radio.
at me.
The show is off the rails. Everyone, have a great night. Look us up.
Dick back at you.
You just hit us up at TrueRadioNetwork.com online on Google, and that just shows you a whole bunch of shit. Like, trust me.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know you're running from it, but you can't.
Can't get away.
And we out.
Thanks for coming through.
Listen, vision. Listen, vision. Listen, vision.